trying.
Yeah.
Says we're live.
Yeah,
Come on,
lies.
change color.
There it goes. Let's see here. All right. It's Texas. It's allegedly spring.
Yeah.
Therefore, it is a heater in the morning and air conditioner in the evening, both of which cost money. If you would like to keep the heater and or air conditioner running, please donate here. Any amount, gratefully accepted. If you like coffee, talk to these guys. Remembering that we have a coffee anthology coming out in partnership with these guys later on. So if you like coffee and you order from here, remind them that you heard about it here. And if you like smart ass t-shirts, tinyurl.com, Among the Leaves tees.
You can never hold that straight, can you?
The whole reverse thing on the camera really fucks with my moving things. All right. So,
well, I'll start with the rant that's already going in the chat.
and the Stripe thing?
Yeah.
Trust but verify. Let's make sure that it's actually this what's going on.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I tried to make a comment on that live journal this morning, and it wouldn't allow me to because I wasn't verified.
Wow.
So, yes, one of the options is if they're going to play that game, a new account at a new bank, pull the money out via checks, no other links to accounts at all. Yes.
Yeah, so that guy's account is actually Robert Malone, who is one of the major signers of, he actually helped invent the mRNA stuff and suffered the same effects that I did from the shots.
Oh.
He was canceled by Twitter and attacked by the government, attacked by Fauci. Yeah. So he's still subject to a fairly large smear campaign. And it's not just him who's had Substack issues. There's like 5 or 6 other people.
Well, apparently all conservatives.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, all conservatives.
It's amazing how it always, this sort of shit always goes one way, apparently.
I know, it's amazing. So, and so it's a little concerning, but he did employ a fairly big name author, lawyer to go after him. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
So,
okay. In the comments, Stripe is an online. It's like Square.
Yeah.
We use Square, right?
We use Square, but Stripe is required for Substack.
Oh. Anyway, so and apparently they've got some that you've got to agree to a whole bunch of stuff that's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Only if they ask you to. You can connect your bank, but there's also linking your bank. There's 2 different approaches.
Yeah.
You need to link his bank, whereas most people link it out to connect.
Yeah. If they ask you to link it, what that does is give the payment processor, whoever it may be, full access to your account, which includes all of your deposits, all of your withdrawals.
And all of the people involved.
Yes, and everybody involved with your account.
Yeah, invasion of privacy. Normally you just connect. Squares just connect. They don't ask for like every single person and all the info and data. So it's definitely a completely new approach and more of the financial attack on a debanking thing.
Yeah.
And the person behind it is so interesting because she's been involved in so much of this.
Yep.
So.
And Ag is right. Malone has lawyered up, and Substack and Stripe are trying to go around and formally talk to him. No.
Don't ever do that. Yeah. Speaking from the world of lawfare, don't ever informally talk to anybody that you're.
Yeah.
No, don't. Okay.
Well, Cedar, you're just lucky because they haven't figured out you're actually conservative yet.
Yeah.
That is correct, Sir Brass. Yeah, exactly. Differ. The other thing is how quickly the internet / Twitter / the conservative world debunked the left's attempt to slander
bloodletting thing.
Yeah, the bloodletting thing.
Internet, the debunking slanders is becoming internet sport.
Yeah.
It's like they're going for time.
Yeah. And it took less than an hour. I'm hearing actually less than a half an hour from the time the first truncated commentary was put up by the mainstream media.
For those of you who might be a little confused, Trump was being his usual hyperbolic self. Hyperbole, folks, look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And said something along the lines that if Biden was reelected, it would be a bloodbath for auto companies.
For the auto industry. Yes.
Auto
Yes.
industries.
Yes. And funny, that got snipped down too.
Yes. So the media took and
Boy, Twitter was alive with bots.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And Elon was like slapping like little gnats. It
Yeah.
was fabulous. So,
Yeah.
apparently, like I said, debunking of the mainstream media is apparent ever since Twitter/X added the community notes
oh my
section.
God.
That was brilliant.
It was
That
brilliant.
was brilliant.
The one today was the Supreme Court justice being annoyed that the First Amendment gets in the way
Yes.
of censorship.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, she doesn't know what a woman is either, so I don't know what she
Yeah.
sees when she looks at them.
Kenji Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, what?
Yeah.
I can imagine the other justices, some of them, looking at her and going, "What?" when she said that shit. It was like, oh
Why
my
are
God.
why are we pixelated? I'm seeing in comments that we don't look good.
I'm just imagining the eye twitch in Clarence Thomas's left eye.
Yeah.
That's been pretty impressive. It's probably a YouTube thing because we're nice and sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sharp for me. So
Yeah. Because it looks
YouTube.
good.
Oh, on our end, it looks good. So
Yeah.
YouTube is,
yeah, and it's okay on my end.
and apparently unsynced vid voice.
Oh, that's neat.
No.
I'm gonna go do a big test on my end.
Yeah.
Apparently, we look like some
We talked about strike and the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Frank's panicking.
Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Frank, take a hit off the bong. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So, looks like somebody's trying to protect our identity. Like we give a shit.
Yeah, we're kind of isolated a little.
I wonder if it's the background. Could it be the new background?
No,
Okay.
I gotta do a speed test.
Hell, I don't know, folks. If we get through the day, we'll consider ourselves lucky as usual.
Frank, take a hit off the bong.
Yeah.
Put down the vodka. It's bad for your liver.
And he's on his second liver or third now.
Second or third.
Yeah.
I think I think they're sizing up for prosthetic liver.
Yeah.
Go cry in the shower. You'll be fine.
Yeah. The new background is clearer than we are.
That might be the issue.
Well, in that case, we'll let the fox have it.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I just did a ping test and checked on Nexus. They're having a little bit of a service slowdown in our area right now. So it's our internet.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Our internet. Sorry, guys.
not Frank.
Well,
Frank.
Frank's feeding the. He's the one that told Vexus to say that. The rack press banner is a lot simpler than the hanging quilt top you usually see. Yeah, but it's got eyes and a face.
Yeah.
And like it or not, YouTube looks for faces. It's got built-in facial recognition stuff. So it's probably trying to match that fox.
We're going 28K on the video. Damn. Yeah, that's a serious slowdown.
Once
So any movement that we do is going to stop it. Now we have illustrated radio, like the old Bullwinkle show. Oh God.
as soon as YouTube matches the facial recognition on the fox, the DOE SWAT team will kick down the door.
Yeah. Set up Starlink immediately on moving to the new place. Yes.
Actually, Vexus is pretty good. It's a local fiber to home, well, fiber to business, and it's been fairly good.
Ian's a blur all over. Yeah. Anytime you start moving around, it's going to do that. See, if you just sit still, which you can't do.
It's not possible for me to sit still.
Yeah.
Will they reach out as far as, I don't know. They're a Lubbock business, and they've been happily trenching and putting in fiber everywhere.
Don't move, don't blink, don't even blink. Yeah.
They've usually been Vexus has usually been pretty good.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with it.
Yeah, you blink and buffer. Stages of shades of monsters from the end. Yeah.
Wally says we'll be getting a package on Thursday.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Anyway, so
As far as writing, other than the fact that I can't wait 11 weeks between getting a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, as I discovered yesterday, when my right eye decided it did not want to focus last night, even after I got over the dilation.
oh,
So I'm going to have to cut that back to probably 8 weeks again. So yes, I could spend $5,000 every 8 weeks to get a poke in the eye. And as faster than you possibly think. Yeah.
shades of Doctor Who.
But on the writing front, I did finish up the short story book, and Cedar is working on getting all the crap that we need for the cover done, depending on workload everybody's got.
So what do we got? Let's see here. Moggy's in Space 3 is doing really well. Reed is quite pleased by the way it's selling.
As she should be.
Yes. I've got to finish the foreword to the last Spergel anthology. And folks, we're going to release Andrew J. Spergel into the wild. I think we've beaten the Spergel horse to death. So we're going to release him into the wild and let other publishers and other authors run with him. So,
As if some of us haven't already been doing that.
that's all right. Intern Steve is tucked into Weird West. He's in Space Marines 3 was Intern Steve's Nick Nethery. Intern Steve's first go, and he did rather well. So he's got Weird West and has already started ripping into the stories. Let's see.
I'm just walking by.
It's like, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
We have them.
Yes.
We were so proud of our new baby author, new editor. I mean, look at him.
So, yay, and he's working on a second one. The work was good. More damn Skippy.
Yeah.
And speaking of the work front, I would like to remind everybody for the fuckity 11th time that if you intend to be a paid author, would you kindly, for the love of God, check your emails? We've got 2 this time. 2
I
that
think it's down to 1.
is it maybe down to 1. We started out with 2 that didn't check their emails. We can't send you a check. We can't send you money if you don't. One, you've got to sign the contract.
And yes, check your spam folders.
Yeah, check your spam folders. Apparently, if you have a Yahoo email address, everything coming from us goes straight to spam. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true, RK. If you hit a dead horse in the wrong place, you do get spattered. And
Yes.
it's not pretty.
No. But you've got to sign the contract, and then you have to go to PubShare, and you have to make this to click the agree button.
Or draft to digital also.
Yeah.
We
Or,
have draft digital too.
yeah.
When you get the invite.
So you got to do it twice.
Yep. And that will get you paid. And quite honestly, if this happens very much more often, I'm seriously considering, if we send you an email and you don't respond in a week, I'm quite honestly considering following up with an email saying, well, I guess that you've sold it somewhere else. Thank you for your submission, and we'll replace you with somebody else. Because good Lord, guys,
Oh,
speaking of
that's,
feeding dead horses,
that's interesting. Jesse Cox is swapping everybody to Yahoo Mail. Oh, damn. That's not going to end well. Yes, Spurgle's got legs and confident legs, but legs. And
Well,
yes, he's
good.
pretty much out there these days.
good. That's all I wanted. But for the love of Pete, if you send us a story, would you kindly check your email on a regular basis? Because it really frustrates the back of the shop. The swearing gets really interesting.
I'm a former theater girl, so the swearing is really interesting.
Swearing gets really interesting. And we, honest to God, if we think your story's good, we would like to pay for it. You can't pay for it until you sign the contract. You can't sign the contract until you check your damn email.
Brennan wants to know if there's pub share for Spurgle 4 yet.
Not yet.
No,
Friday.
I haven't finished the intro yet.
No, Pub Share goes up Friday on that.
Yeah, that'll be Friday. So I actually have a couple hours. Ooh, I just got the.
You got the look.
Ooh, ouch.
I
Ow.
did my homework. I can has cookie.
Yeah, I like publishing new authors. I like publishing baby
What'd you
authors.
lose this time?
I was looking for some mail I'm expecting.
Oh,
The only thing he dropped off was the box.
That's okay then.
Anyway, so yeah, for the love of Pete, check your emails. Oh yes, also, if you type your email address on the manuscript that you send us, please, please spell your own name correctly. Please.
Oh yes, for Sledgehammer clue bats. Yes.
Yes. Silver Tiger, the Blanket Fort, brought to you by Clue by Four Enterprises, makers of the classic Clue by Four and the Sledge Hint. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Check your damn emails.
Yes. Misspelled names and emails. Oh God.
Their own names. They spelled their own names wrong.
Yeah, that does happen.
Apparently, Tom never gets his name spelled right.
I noticed.
Well, it also depends on which name you happen to be using.
I've never had a problem spelling his name. I really haven't.
I
I don't know
haven't
what
either.
the issue is. So let's see what else we got.
Well, it's almost spring.
The mesquite hasn't budded yet.
That has not, but
Once we're in North Texas. Rephrase.
conversation with Daddy Warpig on Twitter that got me a story idea.
Speaking of, we're in North Texas. You must obey the mesquite. It is not spring until mesquite buds.
Yeah.
The mesquite is smart.
Yeah.
And if it hadn't budded yet, you're liable to get chilly.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing is the bluebonnets and other flowers are out in Texas. The state of Texas actually goes out and plants flowers and native grasses,
DOT.
DOT along the highway.
Thanks, Todd. Although, to be perfectly honest, about 20, 30 years ago, they went bug nuts.
Yeah.
They bluebonnets as far as the eye could see. And they were giving away 5-pound bags of bluebonnet seeds to anybody who wrote in, because this is pre-internet. Anybody who wrote in and asked, they would send you a 5-pound pack of bluebonnet seeds. Go forth and have fun.
Yes,
And,
Nancy, they will be operational on Tuesday, April 9th. Come on in.
Woohoo! So Texas, you see those pictures on the internet of bluebonnets in the medians?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Bluebonnets, periwinkles, and I forget what the other two
Indian
are.
paintbrush.
Indian paintbrush was one of them. And there's one more.
Mm. I do love the Indian paintbrush.
But they get 30,000 pounds of seeds a year, and you can still go get them.
Oh, yeah.
But the standard joke is if you see a TxDOT truck poking along the side of the road, some guy's hands coming out the right window going, another goddamn 25 pounds, another fucking 25 pounds. What the fuck is this? I don't know. Throw it out.
And they used, back when they first started this program, Texas highways didn't used to be like this. But when they first started the program, the rumor went around that it was unlawful to pick bluebonnets.
What?
Yeah, back when it first went out. And there were children grabbing bluebonnets and just certain there were warrants out for their arrest. It was
Yeah.
great.
Kentucky plants state troopers in ditchweed. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Kentucky is a little different, Tom. Yeah, y'all are getting ready to come up on your yearly running of the horses. That's going to be in May.
Oh, Kentucky Derby.
Yep.
Oh, okay. But no, and we don't mind if you take pictures of the bluebonnets, but please understand bluebonnets get about yay tall.
Yeah.
Which is more than enough for a rattlesnake to hide in. So please be careful when you
Go tromping barefoot through the flowers.
when you go out there and plant your sprog in the middle of a patch of bluebonnets for that lovely family picture. Just be careful.
Make sure what's under it before you plant him.
Be careful.
And remember, the rattlesnakes in Texas don't rattle anymore.
A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Some of them still do, but
The smart ones don't.
well, it's natural selection in action.
Yeah.
Big hogs, rattlesnake venom doesn't affect them. And
Well, hell, they can't get through anything other than fat and skin to get to anything that's
Right.
going to damage it.
so the hogs consider the rattling to be a dinner bell because
Yeah.
hogs love snakes. Hell, that's spaghetti to a hog.
Yeah.
So the rattlesnakes that had rattles, or B, were careless about using the rattles, hogs would show up, stomp them flat, eat them.
Yeah.
So natural selection being the way it is, we're starting to get rattlesnakes that don't have rattles or won't rattle because they don't get eaten.
Yep, 308 will get through a hog just fine. However, 556 or 223 will not on a big hog. Ask me how I know.
Oh, Kelly Grayson makes me nervous. Kelly will use a 17 Winchester short magnum, the 27 nail gun round that's neck down to 17, and he'll put them in the hog's ears.
Yeah.
And he'll drop on 17 rimfire. Scares the crap out of me.
Yeah,
But
as long as it's standing still. If it's moving, he ain't going to get it.
he's good enough that he knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
and he puts it in the ear and drops it. I can't do that. I just can't do that. 7.60 with 39 hogs. You hit it right, it's good. Don't
Yeah.
hit it right.
Yes, sir, Brass. 223-556 good for two-legged critters and small varmints. I didn't plan on being a hunting trip, but we had guns just in case a few years ago over by Texarkana. And we were cruising the levee. It was me, the sheriff, a game warden, and a retired chief of detectives. And we were cruising the levee looking at where the hogs were coming up because they were pretty much destroying a friend of ours' farm, like $70,000 worth of damage. And that was in a month. And we saw the hogs start coming over the levee a couple of times going down to the Red River. So we got out. It was right at sunset. And we all set up on top of the levee. And, okay, everybody shoot on three. 1, 2, 3, bang. And it was like turned on a faucet. And probably 50 or 60 hogs sounded over the top of the levee. So we're shooting as fast as we can pull the trigger. And I'm trying to hit little ones because I'm thinking that my rifle is not going to take down a 300 pounder. Well, I hit one big one and I turned him. And Robert shot him in the ass with his M14, Texas hard shot. And so after they quit sounding, we went up, started looking. I walked up, started looking at them, and I wanted to look at that 300 pounder to see where I'd hit it. Turned out I'd hit it just behind the, or just forward of the front hip. It was a late shot. And I'm looking down because now it's starting to get dark. So I've got the weapon light on. I'm looking down, and I look over the side of the levee, and there's a little, probably 50, 60 pounder laying there. It's like, supper. And I go to reach down, and I see something move in the corner of the light. It's a freaking water moccasin.
No.
And I started shooting at that water moccasin, backing up the levee. And they said I got about 3 feet in the air coming back up that levee. And I shot that damn rifle dry trying to kill that snake. And I did kill it. I blew that thing into multiple pieces.
I got in a sounder of hogs in the, I was going after one in the eastern Caprock breaks, the Panhandle. And I was out minding my own business.
Yeah.
And I had my favorite little rifle that I ever had that I had to sell, and I kicked myself in the ass today for selling it, was a Ruger 44M.
Yeah.
44 Magnum pre-1022 tube fed 44 Magnum semi-auto. Sweet little rifle.
Hey, James, thanks for stopping by.
And I had some El Cheapo sight, just a 1 power scope on it. Love that thing.
Yeah.
It's a great little rifle. It's loaded up with, I think, Garrett hammerheads, which apparently you're not supposed to run through that thing, but because you got up jacket only, apparently. My bad.
Yeah.
But Garrett hammerheads don't, I think it was 325 grain Garrett hammerheads. They don't expand. They just,
Yeah.
And
Keep on trucking.
I popped an 80-pound hog right behind the near side foreleg, and he somersaulted and let out the distress. And next thing I know, I am in a river of hogs.
Yeah.
And that little rifle only has 4 rounds, and you would be so. Lena Mikluck has nothing on speed reloading and tube magazine. Holy God.
So the next time I went back down there, I had my Scar 17 heavy with me. I was going to bring enough gun that time. However, when you're sitting on the river and there are 3 of you in the boat, and I'm talking a little John boat, maybe 12 feet long, and the hogs came down to the water, and we were tied up on the far bank. And it was the same thing. Shoot on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bang, bang, bang. I got 3 shots off. I hit one center of the chest. I hit one just behind the front leg. And I hit the third one in the ass and it went back up. So these people that say, oh, I killed 20 hogs in one setting.
No.
Bullshit.
No. Well,
that first slap,
yeah,
when that bullet hits that hog, every one of those hogs is turning and gone.
Well, on that sounder in
Yeah.
the Eastern Panhandle breaks or Caprock breaks, I got the first one, but he got trampled so bad he wasn't worth eating after that. And then I ran through at least 8 or 10 rounds, and I might have tagged 2 hogs.
Yeah.
And I didn't drop either one of them.
Yeah.
They are fast, and they are, especially when they're running at you. Hogs are really easy to misjudge. Misjudge distance and size on.
Yeah. Yeah, Sprague is hungry. Have fun, Brennan. Get some sleep, man. I know you and
Emma.
Emma both need it. Water moccasins, yes, they will swim up and climb in the boat with you.
Yes, it will.
They will also drop out of the trees on your friggin' head.
They'll also come after your come after your bass,
Yeah.
or your panfish. If there's been more than once that either Chris or I have pulled in a white bass or a bluegill or a crappie and have a water snake hot on its butt.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Kermit, we did sidestep that little John boat right into the bank when all three of us shot. Because I had the Scar 17 heavy. Robert had the M14. And yes, it was a fully auto M14. He was law enforcement. And the other guy had a, what the hell was that? It was a 308. I want to say it was an FN. Whatever it was also a full up 308.
There was one time I went out and I dug a trench about a foot wide, foot deep, and 10 feet long, and filled it full of fermented corn that had been soaking in red Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And above it, I took the big jar of tannerite, mixed it up,
Yeah.
and then around it, I packed in a semicircle. I packed 3 or 4 cans of spare nuts and bolts from the shop.
Yeah.
And I hung it over.
Yeah.
So when I had what I figured was enough of them chowing down, I shot the center of it.
Yeah.
You can get more than one hog with a shot, but man, the noise, the
Yeah.
screaming afterwards.
Yeah, there was a guy that was shooting a Barrett 50 handheld off his shoulder at hogs,
Well,
and probably giving everybody in the neighborhood a concussion, including himself.
well, there's
No, Sir Brass, you do shoot the snake in the boat with you. Trust me, you do shoot the friggin' snake in the boat with you. Hopefully the flotation is good enough that the boat doesn't sink after you do that.
but no, it's.
Yeah,
Well-
RK, that's true.
Have you seen Jerry Micklick is not human,
Yeah,
because
yes,
I've
he is.
seen him rapid firing a Barrett off his shoulder at what, 7 targets?
Yeah.
And just clean him.
Jerry practices, unlike the rest of us. Jerry has multiple ranges in his backyard.
Oh yeah. And it's apparently a lifetime pass to his local gun range,
Yeah,
just by being Jerry.
yeah. Plus, a number of manufacturers of ammunition ship stuff to him by the pallet.
I'll bet his UPS guy hates him.
I think they have a dedicated guy just for him.
Just load up the flatbed. You're going to Micklick place.
Yeah.
Mitchell place.
Well, between him, Kay, and Lena, they probably fire 250,000 rounds a year easily. M82A2 shoulder fired bullpup. No. David, I think you will find that actually there is a significant hog problem still in Tennessee.
They've just gotten better at it.
They've gotten better at hiding from y'all.
The hogs are excruciatingly fertile critters.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in heat 3 times a year.
And they can have a litter of up to 16 at a
They're
time.
throwing 12, 16 at a time, 3 times a year.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much born pregnant, as I can tell.
Yeah, and they will eat anything, including their young.
Snakes.
Yeah, snakes, roadkill deer.
I thumped one time out in Childress, and my host, it wasn't big enough to eat, or it was too big to eat. My bad.
Yeah.
It was too big to eat, and they're too. You can get them too big to eat.
Yeah,
And I was going to go back. I was going to go back to his place, get a log tractor, come back and drag it and bury it. He said, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
It's like, what? He said, "Don't worry about it." So we went out the next day and it was gone.
Yeah.
And from the number of piggy tracks around it, it wasn't coyotes that got it.
yeah, they'll also eat coyotes.
Oh yeah. And baby or fawns on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll eat. Baby deer are not the smartest thing in the world, and they're wired when they're startled or in danger to stay still.
Yeah.
And hogs will take advantage of that. And they will eat a baby deer alive. I dislike hogs.
And the really sad part about that is people brush hogging with a tractor. They will actually run over fawns and kill them.
Yep.
Because the fawn will not run from a tractor. They will hunker down.
They don't run from danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of farmers, a lot of ranchers won't do heavy equipment in fields
Yeah.
Until after the season when the fawns, once they start moving, they'll go back and start. There's about a month that they good ones won't go out and thresh or anything else.
Yeah, David, I understand that TWRA is going to say things like that. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
Yeah.
People that I've talked to that hunt up there, so there's a lot of hog tracks in the woods. The other thing you got to remember too, folks, is Tennessee does not have that much open space.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
It's a lot of trees.
Oh, gotcha.
Whereas out here, you can get a field that's 25 or 50 acres easily.
Yeah, once you clean the mesquite off. Of it.
Well, yeah, and you can see the hogs coming. You can see where they go. Tennessee, you might be from here to the door, which is 20 feet. And that might be 3 or 4 hogs between you and the door.
Duck down the trees.
And you can't see them for the trees and the underbrush.
Facebook. Speaking of hogs,
Yeah.
Facebook. One of the pages I follow is Texas Sheriff's deputies. They are an irreverent bunch, and contrary to popular belief, they are. The page is run by a couple of Texas Sheriff's deputies, and they had one up. They had a picture. It said, "A sounder of hogs can eat a pedophile down to teeth in 10 minutes."
Yeah.
That's a thing now.
Yeah.
They got in so much trouble. Woo! Facebook lost their minds.
Yeah. Yeah, sir, Brass. White-tailed deer and chronic wasting disease.
Ooh.
Which,
Any of the deer are from elk on down are having problems with CWD.
the other thing you got to worry about with not only deer, but also with hogs is brucellosis.
Yeah. Brucellosis, boy, if that gets into a herd of your cattle, it's not an easy transition. It can transition, and that's you do not want to find brucellosis in your cattle, or state loses their damn minds.
Yeah, I was stationed in Memphis, David, and I've run up and down the west side of Tennessee quite a bit. New Mexico, and Difford made a good point. New Mexico's gotten a lot of snow, which is actually good for them because they needed the water.
Well, snow's always good. Somebody mentioned earlier up thread that they're having a white-tailed deer problem. That's happening all over the states.
Yeah.
The North American hoofed rat, aka the white-tailed deer, has the unfortunate issue of being born cute. So you get a whole bunch of idiots out of Beverly Hills and Manhattan that, oh my God, it's cute. How can you hunt that with a rifle or a bow? That's how you hunt it. And it's like, how can you eat this? Are you asking for recipes? But HOAs, I will guarantee you that anywhere where you've got California, you got Hollywood, Beverly Hills, or Manhattan idiots, they have a no hunting the deer. Please don't hunt the cute little deer. And as a consequence, the North American hoofed rat is everywhere.
Yeah.
And damn. Hunt the damn deer.
Yeah.
Eat the damn deer.
Yeah, Indiana's got some strange laws on hunting deer. You can't use a rifle cartridge.
Is it one of the straight wall states, or is it something?
I think it's one of the straight wall states.
I'm given to understand the 350 Legend and
Yeah.
the 400 Legend are kicking butt in straight wall states.
Yeah.
Because they're both straight wall. They're straight wall cartridges.
Yeah.
They're damn decent cartridges.
My friend that lives up in Vermont, a couple of years ago, he got pissed with the rules for black powder. So he bought a black powder 50 caliber upper for his AR. Muzzle
Okay.
loader.
Okay.
Muzzle loader 50 caliber upper.
I saw him at that
Yeah.
NRA convention that one year.
Well, I told him about it and he went and bought one. So he goes in the woods for primitive firearm season
With an AR-15.
with an AR-15. And it took about 3 years before the game wardens in his area figured out that son of a bitch is fucking with us.
No.
Because he would get stopped routinely.
God.
And they would go, that's an AR you can't use. Yes, I can. It's a muzzle loading 50 caliber. Prove it. Ding, 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 ding. Poof. Shit. You can go.
Joel asked about straight wall. Joel said straight wall.
Yeah.
Straight wall cartridge is a cartridge that from the head to where the bullet is a straight cylinder. Most rifle cartridges are bottlenecked.
Yeah.
No actual cartridge is perfectly cylindrical because they don't come out of the chamber with a dam. They've all got a little bit of a taper. But a lot of states in the upper Midwest decided that bottleneck cartridges where the main body is bigger than the neck that holds a bullet make them hyper velocity and thus more dangerous
Yeah.
to carrying in the HOA. So they mandate that your rifle cartridge has to be a straight wall.
Yeah.
And,
Or the cartridge you use has to be a straight wall.
yeah.
And a lot of people automatically assume that means pistol cartridges only, which it doesn't. Yeah, the wolves. Yeah. The wolves are a whole different issue. As they're finding out in Colorado, where they released a bunch of wolves outside of Denver area, I think Aurora, Boulder, up in that area. And the wolves will stay in Colorado. No, they don't.
Tell the wolves that?
Kermit says they tracked one wolf from north of the Mogollon all the way south to Ascension, Mexico.
Yeah. it's a
And that's
wolf.
about 300, 400 miles, give or take. So what's going to happen is it's now illegal to shoot wolves in Colorado. It's not illegal to shoot wolves in Wyoming. So the ranchers in Wyoming see a wolf on their property,
They thump it.
they're going to thump it. Yeah. And cue the lefties going nuts when that happens.
Yeah.
Of course, the other
issues-
thing that'll happen too with a wolf is they will eat the little dogs and little cats.
So coyotes.
Yeah.
Woo, bobcats and coyotes.
Yeah.
Love them some purse pooches.
Yep.
A
A resident ringtail cat.
we keep a 22 loaded by the door because in Owl Park we are small enough that one friggin' I dusted around. I'm out of practice. I dusted around past Osama bin Laden,
Yeah.
and that bastard I haven't seen him back in the neighborhood though. I think I clipped one of his mangy ears. We're far enough out of the country and small enough that we get bobcats and coyotes in town.
Yeah.
And they will eat your chihuahua or your house cat in nothing flat.
Yeah. I watched one walk.
Probably someone been howling.
I didn't have a shot because the only time I had a good sight on him was right up against the neighbor's house, which is not brick. So if you're going to shoot one, make sure you know what's behind him in case you miss.
I need to get a 256 Magnum. Anyway, so this guy's the reason I think he's looking for a gray fox. Coyotes view foxes as competition, and they'll slaughter foxes wherever they find them.
Yeah.
Then crap on the bodies. I dislike coyotes intensely. But he's coming through town, big male.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he's not packed up somewhere, but he'll come into town. And like I said, we think there's a gray fox family that lives in our neighborhood. We think he's looking for them. First couple of times I saw him, I couldn't get to the 22 fast enough. And this last time I was getting up 5:30 morning sucked, by the way. I was drinking coffee on the front porch, and the 22 was just within reach. And I think I notched his mangy ear. I haven't seen him back since.
How differ? I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. Yes, kids leave all kinds of crap on the floor for you to step on. It used to be Jacks. Now it's Legos. Issues with coyotes over in Lakeside. Kenny is one of my American Legion friends and lives across Wichita Falls from where we are. And yeah, they've got issues with coyotes over there.
Oh, I bet you do. Yeah, I dislike them. Coyotes are actually useful. They keep the rat and rodent population down as long as they stay out. You can teach them to stay the hell away from town. We've did it up the Panhandle. If coyotes learn real quick, stay the hell out of town. If you'll just do something about it. Around here, we've got enough immigrants that don't for some reason they don't have guns.
Yeah.
What the fuck, people? But they don't like shooting. So this guy's this Osama, what we affectionately refer to as Osama bin Howland.
Yeah.
He's been wandering around because nobody will shoot his dumbass. Well, he found out different.
Yeah. And I just where I am, I've got too many houses that are close vicinity. Unless I can get him, there's one site picture that I would have where I could get him between houses down to the lake. But that would be a perfect shot.
Well, you've been on my porch. I had a downward angle. When I missed him, the round spattered off the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you thump a coyote, the rest of them will bugger off. They won't come back until the next generation pops up.
Yeah.
And then you got to teach them again.
Well, somebody nailed one on Old Iowa Park a couple of days
They
ago.
nailed him good. They center punched him with something big.
Yeah.
In 4 wheels.
Yeah.
But yeah, they splattered that coyote all over the place. Coyote gun. Henry 37 lever. That is a good coyote gun.
Yeah.
That's an excellent coyote gun. What I'd like to do, because I'm me and I'm weird, is I'd like to get a Ruger 77 357, that bolt action rotary magazine 357, and have Schillen rebarrel it in 256 Winchester, which is a 357 neck down to 25. Never really caught on, but a really nifty little round. And I just think I might make a coyote gun that way.
Oh, differ. Black plastic track pieces. Ouch.
Oh, railroad track?
Yeah.
The toy railroad track? Those things are vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep the 22 in case of bobcats because we've got a couple of 14-pound Chihuahuas and mini doxies. So 45-pound bobcat, that's a good meal.
Yeah.
And they will jump up on the fence and come after your Chihuahua.
Local game cam had a bobcat walk up and check it out. Very close up of a feline eyeball. Yeah.
So we got something close by for popping coyotes and bobcats that get stupid.
PSA is planning a build your own rifle in 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm not a fan of 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a fast round. It's a flat shooting round, yes. But having shot F series matches and talking to guys that shoot 6.5 in the F series, your barrel's good for about 2,000 rounds, maybe.
Well, no, what annoys me about 6.5 Creedmoor, and I'm liable to get one for Rita because it's a nice soft shooting round. But what I'm sick and nigh unto death is every hunting magazine in their top 10 rifles for whatever, it always lists 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah.
Top 10 rifles for the
Everything,
West
yeah.
Texas Ophalomph. Number 10, 6.5 Creedmoor. It was listed as top 5 elk round.
Yeah.
What the hell? 6.5 Creedmoor is a nice flat shooting 6.5 with, it's easy on the shoulder, and it has a very long, the sectional density is great.
Yeah.
It's a long range cartridge, nice little cartridge, great for whitetail, but don't go hunting elk with a 6.5 Creed. No.
Yeah. 6.5 loud fanboys. Yes.
Savage, Ian, just go for a Savage 99 and 250 then. I don't have $2,500 to shell out for a good quality Savage Model 99. Have you priced the things these days?
Yeah.
Fuck.
But the other problem with 6.5 Creedmoor is, yeah, it's a flat shooting bullet. But in the F-Series matches, one of the things that we saw was guys are trying to push them 3,500 feet per second.
Yeah.
And even with Barnes bullets, which are the best in the business,
The Barnes Monolithic Coppers?
they were blowing them up.
Not surprising. Neighbor in Old Owl Park Road has trapped and killed 8 bobcats in the past few months, several coyotes as well. Yeah, I believe it. The Kenny, the drought we had's forcing everything into town.
Yeah.
If we'd had some decent rain out there, all of the rats have moved into Owl Park. So the bobcats and coyotes are following the rats.
Yep. Which means we're going to have a hell of a rat population this year.
Again.
Yeah.
Jim's house is right by the town lake. And I was, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
I was walking across the dam and I counted 198 rats frolicking on that dam because Owl Park had gotten all sorts of dumb and trapped and released all of the feral cats.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
They didn't. But the rat population friggin' exploded.
Brucellosis is not treatable, Tom.
I don't know. I just know that if you get it in your herd, the state will start killing your cows.
338 LaFua is good, bigger game round, yes. Oh,
7 rim mag, 300 Winchester mag, 9.3 by 62 is a great, for God's sake, 30-06 will handle anything in the continental United States.
and I'm an old fart, so I got 30-06 and 308. I just remember to pay the piper, yeah, that's a good point, Kenny. Anybody with chickens, they're going to come looking for those because that's an easy meal.
Sir Brass, I know a few folks who took Black Bear with a 338. The classic Black Bear round's 35 Remington, which is it's in the same power class as a 30-30. Black Bear are not that, they're not that tough.
Yeah.
Black Bear really aren't.
Yeah, Tom. If you go down to the dam today, you wouldn't believe your eyes. If you go down to the dam today, you're sure to get a surprise for every rat that was going to be there because today's the day. Yeah.
I went down and talked to PD. And I was fixing to go set up on the dam and start thumping rats with an air gun. No.
Yes, sir, Brass.
Not allowed to do that, Tom.
30-06 is plenty enough for grizzly. It's always about shot placement, which is what people tend to forget.
405 and 4570 do the trick too.
4570 will definitely do that. My grandfather carried one.
Oh, the 405 Winchester in the that lovely little magazine-fed Winchester lever action. What the hell is it called?
Oh, don't give me the line.
Had a weird way of loading the rounds, but just absolutely sweet little lever action. And 405 was just a stellar little setup. 1895. Thank you, Jesse. The 1895 Winchester, it's got a fixed box magazine, and you have to load the rounds
Yeah.
weird. You stick them in vertical and then lay them over and snap them into the magazine. It's a weird setup, but it is a stellar, slick handling little dude. And Teddy Roosevelt thought it was great for lions.
Yeah.
Even if you want to be horrified, 5.56 soft point is elk legal. There's a lot of stuff elk legal, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'll use it.
Yeah.
And far be it from me, if you're good with a 5.56, you can take an elk. It's been
Yeah.
taken with 22s. And far be it from me to stop somebody hungry from feeding his family and all he's got is an AR-15.
Yeah.
Go get your elk.
Well,
Far be it from me to stop.
what was it last year that grandmother up in Alaska got that grizzly with a 22?
Yeah.
Hey, if it works, it works.
She wasn't the first. She won't be the last.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use a 5.56 on elk because I don't trust myself. I'm not that good
Yeah.
of a shot. 338 Federal would probably be the smallest I'd use on an elk. And I honest to God, I'd be giving a 405 or a 9.3 by 62 a good hard look if I was actually going for elk.
Yeah, Rick, that's true. Black bear killed a cabin owner south of Prescott last year. I remember that.
They're predators.
Yeah,
They're not that tough.
that being in the news because the guy was up there apparently by himself and apparently did not have a gun with him.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
God almighty. If you're out in the wilds, have a gun, folks.
Yeah.
If you're out in rural territory anywhere, have a gun.
I try.
Prescott?
Yeah. I don't have to outrun the grizzly. I just have to outrun you. Yeah, Padre.
If you're out in rural country, folks, have a gun with you.
Yeah.
357. If I'm out in the boonies, I've got a 357 with me because now I realize that, as David said, if you're dressed, have a gun. I realize that should be the rule. I would confess a lot of times I'm not armed, except for a knife. Trust me, I'm fairly well armed with a knife. But there's a lot of times, especially now that I'm retired. But if you're out in the boonies, have a gun.
Yeah. Wally, I would say before you refresh the arsenal, take a look at what you have.
Oh yeah.
There's no need to chase the latest and greatest thing because it's going to change.
You need a gentleman's rifle, which is 308, 7mm 30-06, something of that class. A gentleman's rifle. You need a 22.
Yeah.
You need a shotgun. Some sort of revolver. I suggest 357.
38, 357. Yeah.
38-37, and a flat semi-auto.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
You don't have to play games with it. We used to have a guy in Virginia that, I think he was out of Virginia. He used to come down and compete when we did the shoots down at the farm in North Carolina. And every time we did a shoot, he would show up with the latest and greatest in clothes, screen protectors, eyewear, and guns. And he never won.
Because he was
chasing,
using tech to make up for a training.
and he never practiced.
Cheaper than get a gentleman's rifle. Sir Brass, incorrect. The Ruger American in 308 or 30-06 is a perfect gentleman's rifle.
Yeah. And they're relatively inexpensive.
That Ruger American, you can work on them. Winchester's got one. I have a fondness for Browning Expo. I like that rifle. But there are introductory rifles from Savage, Winchester, Remington, all in the same price point as a Ruger American.
Yeah.
Get one in 308, 708, 30-06, something along those lines, and don't worry about it.
Yeah. as far as what I was talking about, you've seen what I've gotten saved.
Mhm.
I've got family guns.
Yeah.
And I don't need to go change those out. My hunting rifle is a 30-06 that was built in 1940. It's a Model 70.
Somebody asked how much a Ruger American is. Keep talking while I look it up.
Yeah. Winchester 88 and 308 is another gentleman's rifle. Yeah. You don't have to go spend a ton of money, folks. It's what you have to do is A, learn how to shoot it, B, practice with it, and C, have enough ammunition. Because that's really going to be where the shortfall occurs. We're coming to the end of being able to buy a case of ammo at a time over the internet.
Okay, MSRP on a Ruger American Classic is $600.
Yeah.
That's MSRP. You can probably get it at a good gun store for $400.
Yeah. Lever action prices are bad right now. Yeah, that's true. And the other thing you have to remember when you go buy anything is ammunition available? Because when you start looking at what is going to get manufactured in a crunch, that's what you want to have. 30-30 is very low priority anymore. 38 is very low priority anymore. 9mm, 5.56, 308, 30-06 is low priority.
What are the qualifications of gentleman's rifle? Gentleman's rifle should be a midweight bolt action in a what Joe Spear refers to as a civilized caliber, which is 308, 30-06. You don't want a belted Magnum. You don't want the ultra super speedy. Get just a civilized caliber, which is 30-06 or 308, 7mm 08, 7x57, 6.5 Swede. It doesn't horse you around. And then when you buy it, riffing off what Jim just said, find what likes, then go out and buy 200 rounds of that.
Yeah, because not every rifle will like the same ammo. Yeah, and Winkle Red says makes picking up ammunition for competition activities interesting. Yes,
Right.
and David said mid 2020 they sold out of all calibers except 40 Smith and Wesson. And then they sold out of that as well.
So
20 gauge is low priority. RK, I hate to say that.
yeah,
It's 12, 410, 16 gauge, and 20 gauge is the manufacturing priority.
when I like the Federal Flight Control #1 buckshot. When it comes out and it's a low priority, they only do a run about every 2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I buy a case at a time.
But ironically, my Mossberg likes a state buckshot better than it does
Yeah.
flight control.
Rita's Mossberg 20 gauge likes the #3 Rio buckshot
Yeah.
better than anything else. So as soon as we figure out which one I like, I bought a case of it for her.
Yeah.
So she's got a little Mossberg Youth 20 gauge pump.
Yeah.
And a case of ammo. So, and when she gets down about half a case, which is going to take a while, I'll go out and buy another case.
Oh, you're absolutely right, David. I got that backwards. 16 gauge is below 20 gauge. That is true. There are very few 16 gauge shotguns made anymore. And on that note, folks, we've wasted another
we
hour
have.
of your time. Actually, an hour and 4 minutes.
I will say
Wow.
that 16 gauge is having a revival, which tickles me pink.
Well, you like 16
I
gauge.
love 16 gauge.
Kenny, thank you for chiming in today. Always enjoy your comments, both here and when we're working together. And by the way, Kenny is very knowledgeable on weapons also. And I don't know what the hell the weather's going to do. So
Welcome to Texas.
Yeah.
It's spring. Bring a jacket and a bikini.
stay warm or stay cool, depending. And I hope your allergies are not kicking up.
Oh God. No, not yet. Wait till mosquitoes.
Yeah, no shit.
Although watching the Bradford pears explode into their little noxious
Yeah.
white death, and they start having tree sex.
And
Like,
apologize for the quality of the bandwidth today. Not much we can do about
it
that.
is what it is.
Yeah. And remember, don't pet the sweaty stuff. Don't sweat the petty stuff. We'll see you Thursday.
Be safe, guys.
Bye bye.